Hail Satan, brothers and sisters. How's everyone doing this evening? Or today, I should say. I hope everybody's doing well. Ave Satanas to my true 100% brothers and sisters and Father Satan. Not the phonies, not the fakes, not the dabblers, the 100% people that are 100% true to Father Satan and the demonic kingdom. 100% true. If they're not 100% true to Father Satan and the demonic kingdom, I don't care what happens to them. They can go fall off a cliff. They can go drop off a cliff, or they can go jump off their own balcony if they want. I really don't care. Maybe they'll get their 15 minutes of fame. Maybe they'll be a person that is that's walking down the street, and someone will drop a toilet from a 25, 30-story building, and it'll land on top of their heads. That's their 15 minutes of fame. I bet you in my life they'll make the news in at least that city or town that they live in, or locally. But that being said, I just, I wanted to talk about how some people in Satanism, okay, and not just Satanism, I'll say Satanism. I'll just say Satanism. Some people think that you have to have, okay, and this is pretty sad. It really is, actually. It sucks. For a lot of people, it sucks. Some people think that you have to have a real expensive altar, okay, like have to go make a real expensive altar or buy a real expensive altar off some website, or you have to go buy it off a website, and then you have to buy all the different pieces, all the different items that you need for your altar, or the ones you think you need for your altar. And in the end, some people will probably cost them like 10 grand. Like 10 grand for an altar and that. Sure, if you're a millionaire, or if you got lots and lots of coin, and if you got a big room that you can put your altar in, or if you can use your basement, if you can do it in your basement, right? I think that's great if you can. But if you can't, and all you have and you don't have a lot of money, all you're going to sink into it is what you can afford, because obviously you have to have a roof over your head. So obviously your rent comes first, unless you're lucky enough to own your own home, like truly own it, not rent it. You know, if you're lucky enough to own your own home, and if you're lucky enough to, or if you're lucky enough to even rent a place and still have lots of coin, that you can spend all kinds of money, like spending 10 or 20 grand on an altar and altar items, I think that's great. I really do. I think that's great. And I'm happy for you. If you're 100% true to Father Satan and all the demonic, I am. If you're not, you can jump off a cliff with the rest of them. But if you're, and some of them, and this is true because I've seen it over the years, and some people like that think that they look down on people who can't afford, and I'm not joking, I'm being serious, being fucking dead serious, actually. I'm being really fucking serious. Some people think that if some people can't have an altar, or they can't really, like, they can have an altar, yeah, but just because they haven't got a big altar with, you know, like basically a full basement, that they can use half the basement as their altar, as, you know, like make it its own room, or have a separate room in their home that they can use just for their rituals and things like that. You know, a lot of people don't have that luxury. A lot of people don't have that luxury at all. Like, a lot of people don't. A lot of people just have a room, a lot of people just have a space in their room lotted out so that they can put their altar, make a little altar. Not very big, because the rooms mightn't be very big at all, right? You know, they can have their little rooms, have their little altar, make their little altars, you know, and even if they only have, like, say, you know, 2 or 3 candles, like, say, I'll say black, let me think, I'll say black, red, and green. No, black, red, and blue. Okay? Obviously, you're going to have black and red if you can afford it, right? And if you can't afford it, then you can use tea lights. Like, you can use tea lights. Tea lights are perfect for it as well. They really are. Tea lights are really good for it. There's no question about that. Hey. Yeah, tea lights are really good for it. No question. Yeah, tea lights, you can use tea lights if okay, say you're renting a room, okay? And you have a little statue of Baphomet, okay? If you can afford it. Or say you can't afford it, okay? You can't afford no altar cloth. You can't afford anything like that. No statues, no nothing. You can just use a tea light, and if you have a nightstand in your room, you can use your nightstand. Nothing's stopping you from using your nightstand. You can use your nightstand, and you can put your stuff under. You can take it down from your nightstand when you're done with it. Like after every ritual, right? After every ritual, you can take it down from your nightstand, not a problem. But you still have to, or if you can't use your nightstand for some reason, right? You can just use a cardboard box, man. If that's all you got, to use is a cardboard box and a tea light, use tea lights. Okay? I'm being honest here, okay? I'm being dead serious. Like for some people that can't afford things, just use a tea light, man. A tea light in a cardboard box. And do your rituals the best you can. Because that's all Father Satan and all the demonic, whether you be a demonologer, which I am, or a traditional Satanist, which I am, which is the same as theistic and spiritual, or whether you be a anti-cosmic Satanist, or whatever kind of Satanist you are, man. You can use a cardboard box, like I said, and you can use a tea light, if that's all you got. Tea candle, one of them little tiny round ones. If that's all you got, man, use it. Because Father Satan is not looking for... Sure, beautiful altars are great to have, no question about it. I'll be the first one to say it. But, that also being said, a lot of people can't afford it. And Father Satan, the way Father Satan is, and the way his demonic are, and I'm speaking about every demon and every demoness there is. Okay? And I'm speaking about every demon, every ancient god, and I'm speaking about Father Satan. Okay? Now, with that being said, I'm also saying that with an altar like that, like a small altar, Father Satan doesn't care about how big your altar is. He doesn't care if you spend $5 million, he doesn't care if you spend $20 million making an altar for him. Sure, it's great, but is your intent there? Is your mind there? Is your heart there? Is your black soul there? That's what Father Satan is concerned about. How loyal you are. Okay? That's dead, that someone wrote on the building here a few nights ago. Yeah, with that being said, Father Satan is concerned, and the demonic, all demonic kingdom, is concerned about your loyalty and respect towards them. He's more concerned about how honest you are in your heart about your walk on the black path, on the path of Satanism. And if you're truly his child, I'm not judging anybody, I'm speaking for myself. If you're truly his child, you'll know. Believe you me, Father Satan will make sure that you know. In every way, shape, and form, he'll make sure that you know. Even, okay, if that's the case, okay, people that are inside, okay? People that are inside, that are in, if there's the case, people that are inside, that are in the pen, whether it be up here it's provincial, in Canada it's provincial and federal, okay? In the States I know it's state and federal. Now, how do Satanists who are in the pen How do they worship Father Satan and all of the demonic? They obviously can't use candles. They obviously can't build a big altar. Not in their cell. So, obviously, altars are great to have. Bigger the better. If, you know, I'm not saying the bigger the better, but, you know, big ones are beautiful if they're done correctly. But the thing is, you have to go with what you can afford. And you have to speak from your heart. You have to be honest. That's all Father Satan is looking for, is your honesty. And what you're willing to do for him. Like, I'd do anything for Father Satan and my patron demons. And yes, I said patron demons, plural. Because I honestly believe you can have more than one patron demon. Or matron demon. I really do believe that. I believed that for years. And I had nothing to say to me that I can't do that. And I'm sure a lot of more people have the same thing. But that being said, I also believe that, yeah, like I said, Father Satan just wants you to have a pure, honest, open heart. And to do whatever is necessary to keep Satanism going really good. Because we need to bring the S back in Satanism, eh? Satanism is starting to get too fluffy. And Satanism ain't fluffy, believe you me. And it's never going to be in my fucking eyes. I can promise you that right now, it never will be. Because Father Satan is my fucking life. Lord Satan, Father God Satan is my life. And all of his demons and demonesses are my life. And I would do anything in the world for them. And I'd do anything in the world for my true brothers and sisters. Humanly possible that I could do. And I can guarantee you this much, Father Satan, we have to bring the S back in Satanism, the sinister back. Because Satanism's gotten too soft. In some parts. With a lot of people. And I might do a video later on tonight about that, actually. Again, I'm after doing one or two, but we got to bring the sinister back into Satanism. We really do. Because enough of this bullshitting with the light, with the fucking bullshit light. There's no fucking light in Satanism. Yeah, there's a light. It's called a black light, black flame. But I'll get into that later on tonight. So that being said, my brothers and sisters, I hope I could help someone out there. Hope I help some new person to the path. Ave Satanas, Ave Lucifera. I love every one of my brothers and sisters 100%. Ave Lord Belial. Ave Lord Abaddon. Ave Lord Asmodeus. Ave King Abaddon, sorry. Ave King Asmodeus. Ave Beautiful Queen Lilith. Ave King Lucifer. Ave Father Satan. And I'll talk to you next.